So I went to VidCon 2022 and it was honestly the best 4 days of my life. I did get some vlog footage, but to tell the whole story I'm gonna pepper in some animated bits as well, just cause I was more focused on having fun than recording the whole experience. So day 1 we got registered. The lady there told us that the little bracelet thingies were waterproof and not to take them off because it would be $25 to get them replaced. That won't happen to us. My mom, brother, and I walked around for a bit and met up with Croc Animates and Corbin Draws. So we chatted with them for a little before they went to go do some Mr. Beast challenge thing, and we walked around waiting for Krazy Animations. After 3 hours of waiting and a whole lot of confusion on which registration she was at, I finally met Krazy.
No way you see me. Where?
Registration is downstairs.
We walked around for a little bit and got some free stickers from the Kung Fu Tea booth, and then we split up so they could go to their hotel and rest while my family went to the beach to meet up with Croc and Corbin. I ended up getting hit in the face with a huge wave and losing my mom's sunglasses in the ocean. Nice. Anyways, that night Krazy and I went to dinner at Fire and Ice with our families. We initially had a reservation for the entire Krazy Krew and our families, which was 12 people, but my dad didn't want to come and Saturn was nowhere to be found and Anna was running a bit late because her flight got delayed for like 7 hours. After we sat down though, we heard someone go,
"Hey, are you guys with Anna?"
We turned around and saw Keegan, Ryan, and Diego. Now, I had never talked to them before, but I have watched their videos, so we combined our tables and talked for a bit before our brothers went outside and got footage of Anna walking in and us meeting for the first time.
Oh my god, she has a hat. I do, I have this one. Oh my god, it's so good.
I spotted him from a mile away.
We stood around goofing off for a bit and eventually went to get boba, but most of the stores were closed because it was like 9:30 at this point, so we went back to our hotels and prepared for VidCon Day 2. So day 2, I walked around the expo hall with my friends and we played Fall Guys for the first time. Then we went to Illumination's booth and Sai got attacked by a nose from one of the nearby stands. We heard Hamimations was going to be at his booth around 11 that day, so we went to go meet him.
Look at this other vlogger.
Right after that, we realized it was time for the small creator networking, so we had a jam session on the escalator and went to room 205.
We're all green, guys.
We met some really nice people at networking and I took a little bit of footage.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Subscribe.
Cool.
Please.
There was quite a bit of people, so we formed groups and people held up their phones to show what type of content they made. We looked around and saw this one guy standing alone and his phone just said, "Politics." After that, we ate lunch at the food trucks and Anna went back to her hotel to rest while we walked around the convention a bit more. As soon as we walked back inside, Sai goes,
Yo, is that Eminem?
we turned around and it was Rushline Vader. So we talked to him for a little bit. He and Laddie signed my sketchbook and we were on our way to go swimming at the Marriott. Swimming is fun and all, but I didn't bring a swimsuit on the trip, so we went out to get one that morning. And you know how clothes sometimes have those like tag thingies? Well, we did the self-checkout and my dad forgot to take it off, so what we ended up doing was asking the lady at the Marriott gift shop for a pair of scissors and just cutting the tag off. We kind of just hang out in the water for a little bit, but at one point Anna tried to carry me on her shoulders to fight against Sai and Jack, but I fell off her back into the water. I mean, no one got hurt, but...
Hey, whose VidCon bracelet is this?
So Anna's Animations broke my VidCon ticket, not clickbait. After all that, we went to get boba at the garden walk and walked around to some arcades.
I'm gonna stop recording him vertical. Wait.
My parents are making me
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
What's gonna...
I did.
If I win, I would give it.
No, it's okay.
Trying to find a good spot.
Those are the concentration on the face.
I might just have to go Pikachu.
Yeah.
That is not.
Where?
Yeah. Go back a little. No, other way.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
We walked out with one Snorlax plushie I got for Krazy, one Pikachu plushie she got for me, and one Sylveon plushie that Sai got out of pure luck. I mean, 20 bucks for 3 plushies isn't terrible. Day 3. Anna and I went to the escalators to pick up Krazy. While waiting, however, Anna goes,
Oh my god, is that Saturn?
and because I wasn't sure, I yelled, Brayden! Honestly, any sane person will probably look up because of how loud I yelled, but he looked up and we ran to give him a big hug. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of that, but it happened. Saturn was only there for 1 day, and I was under the impression that he was still registering because this man sucks at answering his phone. We then met up with Krazy and walked around the expo hall a little more.
Guys, look, it's the real Brady.
Oh my god!
On our way to the Arts and Animations Networking place, I got footage of Saturn putting a post-it note of I love Froggo on a water jet.
Yes. No, put it on the water thing.
Everyone will know that I love Froggo. Froggo will not be forgotten.
For real.
We stood in 4 lines, but it was really quite chaotic, so I ended up talking to this gentleman next to me, who I found out does animations for ADHD and mental health awareness, which I thought was really cool. In the middle of our conversation, however, he looks over and goes, oh hey. I turn around and I see Tim Tom walking through the door. My brain kind of reset on the spot and I was like, oh, hello. But honestly, he was one of the most down-to-earth and genuine people I've ever met. We ended up leaving the networking thing a little early just to go hang out. We went to the creators lounge and Brayden had to use my mom's badge to get in because he had a community pass. We hung out with the people at the Discord booth and told them about how we became friends over Discord, and they gave us some free stickers and said we could come back the next day for free nitro, even though we kind of asked as a joke. We also got a picture of us with Wampus and pretended the leaf was Froggo. Afterwards, we got lunch and some free sunglasses and we went swimming again. While we were there, my friends played with the beach ball while I talked to Keegan on the side, and we watched this lady spew curse words at small children who were supposedly harassing her child. Fun. Anyways, that was basically the last time we were gonna see Saturn. We hugged him goodbye at the lobby and left, and that was the end of day 3. So day 4, we started off by meeting with Krazy, Keegan, and Ryan at the fountain. We went to the festival stage hosted by Invisalign where we got to watch It's a Draw with Emerichu, Cypherden, Haminations, and Tricky Kappa. And although we sat in the blazing sun for half an hour, it was pretty fun. We then went to the creators lounge, but nothing interesting was really happening, so we just sat there for a while before heading to Illumination's booth. The people working at our booth told us that Illy was going to be there after the Bed Wars panel, so we got there 30 minutes early and we were the first in line. It was really cool getting to meet Illy in person since I'd been a fan of her videos for about 4 years now. After that, we went to lunch with Keegan and the others, and we stood outside in the parking lot, and we took turns playing Ryan's ukulele.
Disaster strikes as Anna ruins his phone.
Sorry, property damage.
Throughout the trip, we were kind of all just passing around Ryan's ukulele, so when we got separated to go to Let Me Explain Studios booth to meet Rebecca Parham, we just got it signed by Rebecca for him. Also, while waiting in line to meet Rebecca, we had to go all the way to the back of the line, but Croc got there early and was at the front of the line, so he let us join him, and we basically skipped the entire line. He also gave me and Sai each one of his posters that he bought from the booth, which was really nice of him. I finally met Rebecca, which was amazing because she was one of the first channels I watched while getting into the animation community. We then went to the festival stage again for the Twisted Pictionary panel with Circle Tunes HD, Ginger Pale, Alan Becker, Emerichu, and Tricky Kappa, and met Krazy there while Anna went back to her hotel. Since there weren't a lot of people at the panel, when they asked for audience participation, Krazy, Sai, Jack, and I all got called up at one point, which was pretty awesome. And although I wasn't able to meet Emerichu after the panel, I did get to be on her team and won both rounds when I was up there, and my brother got some footage of me demolishing the other team on stage. After the panel, we met up with Tim Tom and walked over to the front of the convention center for one last picture where we stood in order by height. And then we went back to our hotels to get ready for dinner. Originally, we were planning to go to VidCon prom, but later decided to just hang out at the Marriott instead, so we didn't really have a proper goodbye with everyone. So when we got to the restaurant, I told Ryan and Keegan to come meet us outside. We ended up having one last jam session, and we each got to sign Ryan's uke. After hugging them goodbye, we went back inside and got our food. Jack ordered a drink with a cherry in it, which he decided he didn't want and gave it to me, and Sai immediately fished the cherry out of my cup and ate it. Later, the waiter asked if I wanted a refill, and I went, can we just have some cherries, please? And he goes,
Yeah, sure. I'll just refill this, and I'll give you guys a couple of cherries.
but the cherries sank to the bottom of the cup, so he ended up bringing a plate with more cherries.
We got
cherries. Oh my god, cherries.
The waiter was so nice, he gave us cherries in a plate.
Why do you feel vertically?
After dinner, we really wanted to hang out for a little longer, so we went back to the Marriott and hung out by the pool for about 15 minutes before they closed, and we had to go back to our hotel. The last 4 days had been amazing, and it was really sad to leave my friends. We all cried it out while some lady was yelling for a kid named Bryson. Anyways, after VidCon ended, Saturn told us in the group chat that
Meeting you guys unlocked the desire to want to meet again, and it won't go away. #addiction.
To which I replied, it's because I drugged your Sprite at lunch. But jokes aside, I think that applies to all of us. Flying out across the country to meet my best friends was probably the best experience of my life, and I can't wait until we meet again.